Hey guys, it's your girl Miss G, and you know what time it is. It's G time. It's time to get up, get active, and get it together. My purpose is to give advice, encourage change, and empower success. The goal is for us to grow, elevate, and excel. Everyday actions are required for change, and you have the power to create change. So look, y'all, I'm back. This week I've been talking about boundaries. And I felt it important for me to talk about boundaries because it's something that I continue to go through, that I continue to have to work on and continue to have to manage in my life. It's not something that, okay, I set this boundary in play and now I am okay with everything and everyone. I feel like it's one of those things in life that you will have to continue to work on forever, and not in the same way, maybe not even with the same people, but you always have to make sure and check and reevaluate your boundaries and how they are affecting not only you, but the other people around you, the people who want to gain a closer connection with you. How are your boundaries with other people? How are your boundaries because of things that you've been through and things that you've gone through? How are they affecting your current relationships? Are they are they making the people who are currently around you, are you keeping them at a standstill because your boundaries have been so rigid and not by, and I'm not saying not for no good reason, for good reason they're rigid. However, that protection that you have over yourself because of what you've been through, is it causing you to miss opportunities? And is it causing you to really not be able to experience the goodness in others because of what someone else has done? Those are little conversations that I have to have with myself. I have to remind myself that not everybody is the same. Not everybody will hurt me the same way. And it's okay to let my guard down. However, I have to do it, and I have to do it in a way that protects me and also allows me to open myself up to others. But in that, still acknowledging and taking ownership of what I've been through, what I've gone through, and saying that it's okay for me to have this boundary, even when somebody else doesn't think it's okay. So, look, I try to pride myself as being transparent, open. I don't mind sharing my stories. The reason behind it is because somebody is going to go through it, right? I won't be the first. I'm not going to be the last. And it is what it is. And so, therefore, I try to share what I'm going through in a way that can help somebody else and say, you know what? You're not alone. Yes, I do this for a living. Yes, I help other people. But guess what? We got our own issues and we have our own things that we have to deal with. And with that, we have to use the same tools that were given to other people and apply them to ourselves. Now, I don't know if you understand how hard it is to actually apply the things that you're teaching to someone else. It doesn't just come natural because you know it. You still have to do the work. So what that you have the education behind it? So what that you went to school for years learning and researching it? Just like you are teaching other people, you still have to do the work on yourself and in yourself to make sure that you are utilizing them in a way that benefits you. It's nothing to have the knowledge and not use it. What good is that? Oh, I know about boundaries, but I don't use it. Oh, I know about healthy communication skills, but I don't use it. Oh, I know all these things. I teach people this, but I don't use it. Then what are you doing it for? If you can't be relatable to the people that you're teaching and say, no, not only am I teaching you this, but this is something because I'm a human that I also have to apply to my life. That's how we really help one another. And so that's why I say, like, I'm cool with sharing a little bit of my story and talking about things that I go through because I'm a real person and I experience these real things. So recently I have had to put my boundaries into play. And I say that because, like I shared before, this is a very wonderful season for my family, full of graduations and celebrations. However, it also means that a lot of other people are also going to be around. And so it may be people that you haven't seen in years, people that you keep at a distance for a reason, but now you have to be in the same space as them. So what I have discovered is that my boundaries and forgiveness, it's a connection between those two. And so at some point in my life, I felt that if I forgive you, then it's okay for me to allow you to still be in my life the way that you want to be in my life. And it took me on years and years and years of this up and down journey of just being having mixed emotions, not being able to be mentally and emotionally stable. It's like, hey, I'm praying and I'm like, God, I know that I have forgiven. God, I know that I said that I don't want to live bound by the hurt and the pain that this person has caused me. And I'm doing the work, and it's cool when they're not around, but when they come around, I feel like I'm caught back in the same situation. Why is it that when this person is around, my emotions still go up and down? I know I'm not going to forget what's happened, but I want to forgive because forgiveness is for me. I want to be free from the hell and from the mess and the pain and the hurt and the mental neglect, whatever it is that this person has put me through. I want to be free from it. I want to be able to be in this person's presence and be like, I am completely unbothered because you have no control over me. You have no power over me. Yes, you were wrong. Yes, you did what you did, but don't forget that I serve a big, big God who is able to take everything that you have done and still make me come out on top. Still say, I am worthy, I am loved, I am this, I am that, I am the head, not the tail, I am above and not beneath. I can still be free from what the pain that you've caused me, and I can walk around here and smile and not have it affect me in any way. Okay, well, that's a process, right? It's a process. In my mind, that happens like that. Boom. But in my reality, it doesn't happen like that. Yes, I have forgiven you. Yes, I have worked on myself. But you know what? You're still the same person you always been. And because of that, I have to have a boundary. It doesn't mean that I haven't forgiven. It don't mean that I'm mean because I have boundaries. What it means is you don't understand what it means to respect other people. You don't understand what it means. You don't really know the process that it took for me to forgive you because you never asked for forgiveness. And so this is why it's okay for you to keep doing the same things that you're doing and you feel like there's no problem with it. But when it comes to me and mine, no, I'm not going to allow it. I'm going to have boundaries because of the forgiveness that I have had in my heart, because of the process, because of the work that I have had to do. I'm going to forgive you, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to allow you to walk all over me. I'm not going to allow you to take my kindness for weakness. I'm not going to allow you to take advantage of my good heart. And oh, don't even come to me with this mess of you're a Christian. Okay, I am a Christian. I love Jesus, and I am trying my best every day to walk on a path that He has put me on. But don't test me, and definitely don't throw it in my face talking about I'm a Christian. Okay, right. I am a Christian. That's the reason we can be in the same room together. Because I've done the work, because I'm doing the work. But don't get it twisted. You are not allowed to just come and take from me because you feel like you can. No. Absolutely not. And so, I'm going to give you some tips on how to set healthy boundaries and be okay with it. And the first thing, like we talked about before, that these boundaries are limits and rules for you. It marks the line of you can't overstep this one. I'm putting this in place for me. And so one thing you have to understand with boundaries is to know your limits. Know your limits. Yeah, you can set your limit, but do you know what your limit is? Do you know what's going to cause your anxiety to increase, or what's going to start making your emotions go all over the place. You have to understand that I have a limit when it comes to situations, people, and I have to know those limits in order for me to set that limit. And then know your values. Um, there are certain things I don't want to be around. There's certain people I don't want to be around. Not because I don't like you, not because I think I'm better than you, but because our values may be different. And it's okay for us to be different. It's okay for us to value things differently. But it doesn't mean because we are different and we have different values that I have to allow whatever you want and whatever you like to be around me. No, I don't. I don't have to do that. Another tip is listen to your emotions. Look, I have this thing, and my kids know certain situations around certain people, you got 5 minutes. Because I already know you don't feel like there's nothing wrong in this situation. You don't feel like you need to change. Therefore, I'm going to give you 5 minutes because I know after 5 minutes, you're going to come back with that foolishness. And I'm not going to allow myself to be even taken there. I know my emotions and I don't play that. So I'm giving you 5 minutes and I'm done. Have self-respect. I love myself enough to know that I don't deserve to be treated just any type of way. You don't get to just treat me any type of way and think it's okay. No. Just because I've forgiven you doesn't mean that I now have to allow you to infringe upon my rights. Doesn't mean that I have to now allow you to take advantage of my good heart. No. I've said it before, right? Not only is setting boundaries for you, but forgiveness is for you as well. It's to help you to be able to have that power back, to be free from those things that you have been that you've gone through without allowing it to affect every other relationship in your life. And so, I always go to my favorite place, therapista.com, and it tells you forgiveness is a process where someone who has wronged you choose to let that go. You choose to not have the resentment. You choose to not have um, the anger. But you say, you know what? I have compassion, but it doesn't mean that I forget. It doesn't mean that I'm just gonna let myself be wide open to you and allow you to come and take advantage of me. No, no, no. I've forgiven you, and I have compassion. But what I will not do is allow you to overstep that any longer. And that's where the boundary comes in. You can forgive and still have boundaries. You can forgive and still have limits. You can forgive and still have values. You can forgive and still have morals. You can forgive and still love. You can forgive and cut off. You forgive and walk away. You can forgive and say no. You can do all those things too. But you have to know what's right for you and in what situation. You can forgive, but it doesn't mean that you now have to let people abuse you, to neglect you, to use you. No, 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 no. That's not what forgiveness is about. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting or condoning the wrongdoing. You can forgive a person in no way believing that their actions are acceptable or justified. You can forgive a person and know in your heart that they'll never change who they are because they don't think nothing's wrong. But you no longer allow yourself to be controlled by their actions. I know you to be a taker. I know you to be a boundary crosser. I know you to be who you are. And because of that, I have had to work on me and forgive you for you not being able to love me the way that I know that I deserve to be loved. But it doesn't mean that because I forgave you, that I have to now allow you to continue to come and do what you please. Absolutely not. So that's all I have for you today. Forgiveness is for you. Setting boundaries is for you. It's so that you can live a healthy, functioning life, allowing other people to still come in your life without completely cutting them off due to people and situations that you've already been through. Yeah, there's always going to be some type of hypersensitivity to whatever it is that you've gone through because you have had experience in that, and you have wisdom in that area. You don't just allow yourself to be open to anyone because you know what you've gone through, but it's okay because everybody shouldn't have access to you anyway. You're precious. You're special. And if they don't value you the way that you know that you are valued, if they don't treat you and appreciate you the way that you know that you deserve to be treated, bye, cut them off. You don't have to stop loving them because you cut them off. You just love yourself more. And that's okay. Because when you start loving yourself more, it allows you to have other people come into your life and you can love those people the way that they love you. I told you before this week, I choose people who choose me. I'm not chasing after nobody. Nope. Spend too much time in my life chasing after the wrong people in the wrong situations, trying to get that love that I desired. Until I realized that that love, one, came from God, and then it was self-love. And because I know that God don't treat me any type of way, that He loves me unconditionally, that He tells me He won't leave me nor forsake me, let me tell you, I treat myself differently because of the love that God has for me. And so I can't and I won't allow anybody else to come in there and contradict the love that God told me that He has for me. I can't let you come and abuse and neglect me and treat me any type of way when I know that I serve a God who loves me in a completely different way. No, cut them off, move on, do what you got to do, but do it for you. And you will see just how your life will continue to blossom, flourish, how you'll sit there and meet new people and you're like, wow, God, this is amazing. I didn't know love could be like this. Yeah, let go of the wrong people. Let them go. Cut them off. Forgive, set boundaries, and move on. It's for you. That's all I got for y'all today. It's G time. Time to get up, get active, and get it together. Have a blessed one.